Salutations! So I'm just gonna charge right in and say Laika Studios is making a brand new movie. For those who don't know, Laika is a stop-motion animation company and they are responsible for breathtaking works such as Coraline and Kubo. The former of which has been re-released in theaters this month, remastered and in 3D. Like with Coraline, this upcoming movie is based off of a book, and it's one I read as a child. So I'm so excited. Warning, mild spoilers ahead, though it's kind of just for the first chapter of the book and the general synopsis. Laika Studios just announced their next project called WildWood, based off the novel by Colin Meloy, who I just learned is the lead singer and songwriter for the Decemberists while writing the script for this video. Anywho, the main character, Prue Mckeel, is a stubborn girl who lives an ordinary life until one day her little brother is kidnapped right before her eyes by a murder of crows. WildWood is a dark fantasy story fraught with magic and daring escapades, all in the name of saving the ones you love. The scene where Mac, Prue's brother, gets kidnapped is seared into my imagination. I'm not sure if I was scarred by it or just flabbergasted, but it has lived rent-free in my head for years, and I, the landlord, am constantly renewing its lease. So naturally, this is the scene I decided to draw. Now, Prue on the cover of WildWood has short, dark oak brown hair and straight-cut bangs, as well as a thick, dark-colored coat, which is a stark contrast to the russet brown hair and the navy blue coat the character designers at Laika chose to give Prue in the trailer. Honestly, I kind of like the change. It'll help Prue stand out in the inevitable darker colored scenes, and most importantly, help her stay distinct compared to Coraline. I'm tried to combine both designs in my own drawing. I kept Prue's hair on the shorter side, and I kept the lighter color just to help her stand out among the crow feathers raining down around her. And I also kept the blue coat just because I like it. Now, Prue's little brother is just legs, so I focused a lot on his shoes and tried to give him some semblance of personality through the shoes. So I made them this garish orange color. I mean, it catches your eye, right? I also attempted to play a little with weight in the drawing to help invoke this sense that Prue is fighting to pull her brother back down even as the crows swarm around her and whisk him up into the air. This composition relied a lot on capturing motion and emotion, and I feel like I did that with mixed success. Now, I haven't read WildWood in a long time, but I remember snippets of it and how enthralled I was by the story. Though my memory isn't perfect, there is apparently a young man named Curtis in the book, and I'm going to be perfectly honest, I completely forgot about him. I also recently learned that WildWood was the first book in a series. There are 2 whole books that came after WildWood, and I had no idea. However, I still wanted to talk about the book and the upcoming movie because I know Laika is going to make a wonderful, whimsical adaptation to this already enchanting story. WildWood was one of my favorite books when I was little. It was right up there with The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland and the Land of Ilion series, and also the Mysterious Benedict Society. If you haven't read any of those, I highly recommend going and reading all of those. Great suggestions, in my personal, humble opinion. And I love Laika's animation style and visual storytelling specifically for WildWood. I don't think I can express the joy I felt when I found out about this. If there was one animation studio I would pick to make this movie, it would be Laika. I wouldn't have it any other way. Their style fits so snugly and is perfect. And it's just a perfect piece to add to their portfolio, I feel. If you haven't read WildWood, I recommend reading it. And if you haven't watched any of Laika's films, I also highly recommend seeking them out. I enjoyed making this little piece of fan art, even though the background, oh my goodness, the background is not what I imagined. I still enjoyed making the piece anyway. Backgrounds are just something I need to work on. But I enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the video just as much. Please leave a like if you did, subscribe, and if you haven't anything to say, drop it in the comments below, and add a feather or a bird to your comment if you've gotten this far. And I'll see you in the court again soon. Bye-bye.